Morning Washington.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is this coming Monday, and there's a lot going on. But how do you get your kids in on the day of service and learn more? Here are some tips. I'm the founder and CEO of More Learning, Chloe Kaplan. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me, Brian. Good to see you.
So we have a big day on Monday, but you're here to talk about how we can convey the importance of the day, what it's all about, who it's all about, so that our children can understand and hopefully can kind of learn.
Absolutely. So we are really, we want to make this more than just a day. We want to make this a culture. And MLK was all about service. So how can we promote service with children? How can we inspire them to dream big and to follow in his footsteps? So everything from things you can do at home to things you can do in the community with service in mind is how we're looking at the day at Amore. And I'm here to share some of those tips.
So let's talk about them then. What would you say first?
Yes. So, well, one of the things we love to do is Martin Luther King is known for his I Have a Dream speech. So we love having kids write their own I Have a Dream speech. And it can be any of their dreams. And sharing them with one another really speaks to that inspiration. And then we look at things from things you can do at home and services that you can do at home, compiling bags of food. And then tomorrow there's a big march, which Lisa will talk about later today, so you'll hear all about that. But just ways that we can get kids inspired, learning about MLK and really embracing his spirit.
And I think the key is here is using some creativity, because kids like to be creative here, to kind of help keep that legacy alive. You talked about, the writing the letter and letting them express in their own words, but you also have some materials here that kind of help tell the story or maybe help convey the message to them.
I've brought in some books. So we have, and I sort of picked some from across the ages. So we've got from our littlest learners, we have a wonderful book. We also have, this one is really fun. My son was reading this one last night, and it's a graphic novel.
Oh yeah.
So really engaging and fun way for kids to learn about MLK through, and just some awesome, just great history. And then we also have, for older learners, we have this letter from Birmingham jail. So across the ages, of course. But then we also love having kids do art projects based on what they've learned from these books. And that can include choosing your favorite MLK quote, doing an art project on it. Maybe there's bits and pieces from the graphic novel that inspire you to write your own graphic novel that's service related in celebration of MLK. So.
And you mentioned community projects and even some that you can do from at home. Can you talk about some examples of that?
Definitely. So there are a lot of organizations. We list them on our website, so I won't take up too much time talking about them here. But there are so many projects that you can do at home, and MLK is all about inclusivity. So we love thinking about what is an organization that speaks to you, and then connecting with them, partnering with them to promote service. We also, as a family, embrace this. We love to just invite people from other cultures. So in the spirit of inclusivity, that's in our own home. We recently had one of our beloved Amore teachers is Persian. We brought him to his first Rosh Hashanah dinner this fall. So just sort of in the spirit, and again, lasting all year long, not just on Monday.
Right, it's not just that. I think that's the key. Exactly. While we focus on one day, this is something we do throughout. Any other tips just to kind of help keep this going and just how to connect with the kids? Because sometimes, it's hard to connect them on day-to-day things, but
it sure is.
It
sure is. And our approach at Amore, and my personal approach, is just always about embracing love, finding the fun in really finding what speaks to you. So I encourage families out there to talk through what are important values in their own family and how they can work on them as a community, and to honor this wonderful hero.
No, I think it's good. Working as a family, as a group. You talked about your website has a lot of stuff. What's that website? We're going to put it on the screen, but where should they go?
We're amorelearning.com. We are Amore Learning on Instagram, and I am Chloe. I'm on Instagram as Chloe Cap, and I love hearing from you. Our teachers all love hearing from you, so please reach out. And we love giving suggestions based on individual families and kids, so please let us know if there's anything we can talk through with you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's helpful hints and tips to help reach the youth, because sometimes I feel like we can't always reach our children.
We do our best.
In my house. But I have teenagers, so I'm just brought to them. All right. More Good Morning Washington on the way. But first, here's today's America's Steals and Deals.